Gary V does it again. The hype is real. VeeFriends Series 2 is almost here, and VeeFriends Series 1 continues to rise.
We're going to go deep into Series 2 and explain what makes this project an interesting and potential buy. Welcome to Goats in the Metaverse. You do not want to miss today's show. We are going all things Gary V, VeeFriends, one of the projects that has managed to stay in the top 20. For instance, we've almost been doing the show, and it's about to get all that more interesting. Stanley, how are you, my friend?
Yossi, I am living the dream. I am excited to talk about VeeFriends Series 2, the only project that's actually moving up right now. Let's get right into it and talk about our favorite part of the show, the Goat Vault.
The Goat Vault. We're back up in NFT land, $52,891. I think we're up about $1,800 since yesterday, which is good to see. A slight little rally in NFT market. For those of you who do not know what the Goat Vault is our way of rewarding our community. Every day we are locking away some new NFTs into the vault, and we'll be unlocking that when we get to 5,000 subscribers, and you, lucky subscriber, may be one of the winners of the Goat Vault today, standing at a value of $58,000 and all $52,891. And all you need to do, smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share the show so that we can grow the audience and for you to be able to win those fancy NFTs. What's happening in the market? Let's go deep into it. Ethereum, a little bit up again, $2,554. $2,545, apologies. So we're seeing a little bit of an uptick in the movement. No cause for big celebration just yet. And across the board, we are seeing different prices, a little bit of a mixed bag going everywhere. But if you did scalp some Bored Ape Yacht Clubs last night, you would be in the money today. Azuki, World of Woman, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, and Invisible Friends all up, and everyone else in the blue chips are down.
Downtown. Before we jump into VeeFriends, let's do a special Happy Women's Day to all the women out there. We love you all. And as a celebration, we want to thank all the female creators of projects that we own: World of Woman, Cyber Brokers, Dead Fellas, shout out to Betty, Woman Tribe, The Flower Girls, and Meta Angels. These are female-run projects that are building in the space, and we're excited to be a part of their communities. And
a shout out to the most important woman in our show, which is Gabby, our producer, who's behind the scenes doing all the art and everything that makes this show work. Gabby, thank you. We appreciate all that you do.
We couldn't be here without you, Gabby. Thank you. Let's get right into VeeFriends Series 2. The hype is real, my friend. I mean, at one point, the floor price was at 18.5 Ethereum when everything else was tanking. VeeFriends Series 1 project by Gary Vaynerchuk launched in May, had some hiccups, delays in launch date, Dutch auction not working. Started out at 3 Ethereum, and I believe most of it ended up selling for half Ethereum. So it really came down. Nobody paid the top price, or almost nobody, right? I'm sure there was a few sales for some of the rares and stuff like that. But, it started with a lot of hiccups and a lot of people saying, hey, this is this terrible art that is not going to work. What do we say? What's the price at? 15.8 right now?
15.8 ETH, yeah.
It is working. It is working. Biggest utility for the project is you get to attend VCon, which is a conference that is being held in Minnesota for the next 3 years at the football stadium in Minnesota in May. And there's a lot of big dogs and big heavy hitters that are speaking at this conference. There's musical performances by Snoop Dogg, amongst other big celebrities and artists. Anybody and everybody is going to be there. And the only way to attend this conference is by being a holder of a VeeFriends Series 1. We're talking about diamond hands. We're talking about people that are not selling their VeeFriend. So that's the biggest utility. Then Gary Vee came out and said, listen, I am launching a book.
Well, before you go into the book, Stanley, so let's just talk about this for our listeners. We've got a person who says, I'm going to host a conference. I'm going to create these collectibles that may have some IP and additional stuff. I drew them. Maybe the art isn't the best, but they're authentic. And I made these stick figures that are our VeeFriends. And these gives you an access pass to a conference. I don't know about you, but not many conferences are able to fetch a price point of now $40,000 a ticket. That's what you'll have to pay today if you want to sweep up a VeeFriend. But in addition to that, in trading volume that has happened since VeeFriend was launched 300 days ago, less than a year, there's been over $120 million in secondary sales on VeeFriends. That's a big number. $120 million. And our friend Gary Vee makes 10% royalty on every single one of those sales. That is over $12 million that he's made in a conference that has not even happened yet. All just on the trading volume on this. Now, if you don't think that NFTs are here to stay and change the game and change business models, I don't know what else we have to show you to say that this is changing the game. Think about that. If you are a conference, live venue, anything out there that's doing something in real life, this is changing the game.
And before the show, we know we were looking into the research. 70% of holders only own one NFT, and that's VeeFriends, which is amazing, right? He really converted his community into the NFT community. And listen, for these things were $2,000 sitting on the floor, and nobody wanted to buy them. Now they're sitting at over $40,000. And if you think about it from a different perspective, $2,000 to get you into a conference for 3 years in a row is a pretty good deal. Now then he came out with book games, and everyone's like, book games, what does that mean? He said, listen, if you guys buy if you buy 12 of my books, you will get one NFT. 125,000 book games NFTs exist. So we did the math, and he sold over 1 million books to start book games. Another incredible award goes to Gary Vee. So if you own a series, now he's launching series 2. What does that mean? His characters are now becoming evolved. There's going to be 55,555 of them. Everybody that's a fan of Gary Vee knows that his favorite number is 5, and it is incorporated in everything that he does. Now we have series 2. They're supposed to be priced at under $1,000. 10,555 of them go directly to V1 holders. So if you own a V1, you automatically get a V2. Free money. If you own book games, you could burn your book game and you have a 26% chance of winning a VeeFriends Series 2. If you have 5 of the same frames of book games, you have a chance of winning one of the 3,300 new NFTs that are coming out with new characters. And that is the only way to win them. There's a lot of game theory here. There's a lot of ways to win this NFT. There's only 10,000 of them going to public mint. I mean, Yossi, talk to me. What are your thoughts here? There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on, and I think you need to read into the dynamics. I think they have thought through some interesting dynamics and game mechanics on how to make these tradable, more scarce, and build on the existing community to reward them while still creating an access point for new people to enter. Like all VeeFriends and Gary Vee's type of stuff, I'm not a big fan of his art. It's not my kind of vibe, but it doesn't seem to matter. He definitely has a vision for where he wants to take his IP. And Stanley, before the show, you were saying, Gary Vee likes to at least talk about thinking in 45-year timelines. I think that's why when we did some analysis on the holders of VeeFriends and the audience and the NFT collectors that he doesn't have overlap with the traditional NFT collectors that we talk about. G-Money, via Pranksy, big kind of NFT holders or traders that we would typically see are not holders of VeeFriends. He has his own audience and community and has managed to build that in a very strong way. So when we talk about community, often what we're seeing is actually just an overlap of the same community going from one project to the next project to the next project. But here, I really do think he has an authentic community. I kind of wrote off Gary Vee when I first saw him enter the NFT scene. To be honest, thought maybe a little bit of a self-promoter, not real substance that's going to be behind it. But for someone who's really pivoted his entire business into the world of NFTs, he gets it. And I'm actually pretty impressed with what he's been able to produce. It seems to be going even harder into the space. So it is one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, the art is not my favorite at all. It has evolved. And I'm going to make a prediction. I have no knowledge of this. It looks like it has evolved to have some sort of cartoon animated series behind it, right? It's no longer a stick figure. Now it is a three-dimensional piece of art that's cute and friendly. Once again, not my type of art, but one would think, what does this mean, right? And the V1 holders are getting the same NFT, the same evolved NFT. So if you want a turn tick, now you're getting a turn tick in the new 3D world. It's going to have 2.0. It's going to have a different pose. Maybe those poses mean something. Maybe they don't. We don't know. He does talk about it. Also, there's spectaculars, which is his rares. If you want a spectacular series 1, you're going to get a spectacular series 2. And there's something special that's coming for those holders as well. Listen, he's thought about this, right? And when everybody was writing to him on Twitter and saying, Gary Vee, what are you doing, right? Like everybody's dropping, airdrops, all these things. He said, I'm building for the next 40, 50 years. I'm building for the next 40, 50 years. And I've seen a lot of, his loyal fans post on social media and say, hey, Gary, I apologize that I had to sell this one. But I'm a school teacher, and my $2,000 that I bought this with, I just flipped it and turned it into 50 grand, and I exited. And then on the other side of it, people are like, I'm never selling, right? I believe you. I'm with you for the next 50 years. And goes back to community. Book games is up. And one thing he talks about in book games are played forever. So here we go, game theory. Do you burn your NFT to try to have a chance to win a series 2, or do you hold it? Because he's very adamant about saying book games are playing forever. So something is going to happen down the line. And if you have those book games, you're going to be able to utilize them down the line. This is what makes NFTs fun and interesting, right, Yos?
This is what makes them, keeping us on our toes. I'd say the biggest risk, obviously, with this project and with VeeFriends is Gary Vee himself. Don't wish him any kind of malice, but if you were to get hit by a bus, where does the project go from there? So that is the kind of single person risk that you're taking on with this. But if you're long Gary Vee, you should probably be long VeeFriends and everything that is coming out of that world, and VCon and book games and Series 2. I know he's also behind the Flyfish Club in New York City, which is a member-only fine dining New York restaurant that is opening up soon. So Gary Vee building up his world of NFTs.
And one last thing I want to say, this news literally just broke before we went live. Fanatics, who is going deep into the trading card space, just announced that they are releasing a new trading card company, and VeeFriends is going to be their first trading card.
Here we go.
Here we go. Connecting the in real life experiences, connecting tangible goods. He also did his own Uno cards with Mattel. Listen, for me, not financial advice. There is a buy somewhere, whether it's getting in on the book games level, on the Series 2 level. There's money to be made.
Well, that is all we have about VeeFriends. Let's talk about our biggest sale of the day, seeing something back that we haven't seen for a while. Bored Ape Yacht Club back on the board. 250 ETH sale. That's $634,996. When the floor price is sitting at 68 ETH, that's a big sale. That's 3-4 times the floor price. So interesting to see that sale coming out today. And we've seen some uptick in Bored Ape Yacht Club from there. So with that, that is our show. Happy Women's Day to all of our female fans and creators. And I hope you got some insights into the world of VeeFriends. Remember, this is not financial advice. Invest with your heart. Buy stuff that you like. And we're here to help educate you and have fun at the same time. We will see you same time, same place.